Let's get that one on camera. Whoa! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another adventure. I'm Nick, and today I want to tell you a little bit about my trip to Marquette, Michigan. This was one of the biggest trips I've ever gone on, and it is the first, actually step 2 of my bucket list in mountain biking. I've been riding since I was 14. I've had just a handful of bikes and finally decided, you know what, now's the time to really dig into this hobby of mine and really start enjoying it the way that I've always dreamed about. And the first step was to pick up a new bike. Behind me, we've got the YT Izzo Pro. This is my first big boy bike, as I like to call it. It's full carbon, full suspension. It's got the 1x12 lockout. It's got dropper post. Unbelievable bike. Was so happy to get it. Budgeted, researched, bought, prayed it shipped in 2020, and sure enough, I got it in July. And shortly thereafter, I had decided it's time to take this puppy on some trails it was meant to be on. I'm down here near Chicago, and a lot of this flatland cross-country trail is just not exactly what I'm looking for. So I wanted to start upping my game and traveling to new spots. First on that list was Marquette. Oh my gosh, listen to that. Let's get that one on camera. After that, I'm hoping to hit in Bentonville, and in fact, I've got a trip planned for a week from now. Perhaps North Carolina, Minnesota. I want to start doing some of these bigger trips, 10 or so, more than a day's trip away from Chicago. After that, I'm hoping to make my way down west, out to Utah, places like the Moab, Arizona, Colorado. Once I start building my chops on those trails, saving a little bit of cash, doing a big trip, perhaps out to California, maybe out to Canada as well, and trying my hand at some bigger, more notable trail systems. The first step in that journey is to Marquette, Michigan. I was really excited. I was going to meet my brother and his wife up there. I was going to drive myself. I was leaving from my in-laws, which was about a 9-hour drive, and no sooner than 1 hour into the drive did things start going the wrong direction. Unbelievable, but my new bike's getting poured on my commute. Forecast had 0 rain, but sure enough, pouring within the first 2 hours of the drive. I ended up pulling over, sleeping in my car overnight because I lost internet service. Wasn't sure what was going on, but my phone was bugging out, so I pulled over, slept in a parking lot, got up at 5 a.m. the next morning, pulled up directions on the local Dunkin' Donuts Wi-Fi, and then hit the road again. In order to connect with my brother, I pulled over for gas, used Wi-Fi again, left my wallet at the gas station. I was now in Marquette, completely without internet, completely without a phone that worked, and completely without a wallet. Needless to say, things weren't starting off on a very good foot, but I wasn't going to let that stop me. So we jumped on the bikes, we took it out for our first ride there in Marquette, and absolutely had a blast. It was beautiful. Trails were amazing, unlike anything I've ever ridden. I've been to Brown County, Indiana. I've been to Awasippi trails over in Grand Rapids, Muskegon area, Michigan, but nothing this far away, nothing this big, nothing this gnarly, and it was everything I'd hoped for and more. Sadly, the trip didn't get better after that. It definitely one punch after another. It rained, I think, 2 inches the first night we stayed, and we camped at Rippling Rapids Resort campgrounds. Second night, rained 4 inches. Shortly thereafter, my brother and his wife took off, and I decided, let's head over Lake Michigan, through the UP into Michigan proper. I took the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge, over the lakes and pulled into Boyne Highlands, where I was meeting a second cousin of mine who we've never ridden together, but he recently has taken up an interest in mountain biking. So I told him I'd meet him out in Boyne Highlands Bike Resort, and we were having a blast on some downhill trails, something I'd never done before. Very shocking, very different, very odd. You don't have to pedal, you don't have to work for your downs. So that was a blast.
That gap.
As you guessed it, things didn't go as planned, and I left that resort with a broken collarbone. Sadly, I wasn't prepared for those trails. It's the first time on downhill trails. My body positioning, the new bike geometry, the suspension, knowing how to handle the bike, all very new. And sure enough, OTB landed about on my head, on my shoulder, and cracked my collarbone. So I've got some footage of that I'd like to put up for this next video. Stick around for part 2. You'll get to see some of the pretty rad trails there at Boyne Highlands. We had a few good runs, a couple hours before things went sour. So I'd like to show some of that footage, as well as some pink bike worthy fail. So stick around, subscribe, like, share it with a friend if you enjoyed it. I've got some more coming up. Like I mentioned, I'm going to Bentonville in about a week. Follow me on Instagram, Nick_another_adventure. I'm also on TikTok. I hope to put up some lives and some footage there before I'm able to edit a full video of Bentonville. Thanks for sticking around with me, guys, and have a good one. We'll see you on the trail.